My name is Samara York, and this is my life story. When I was really young, I always liked music. My parents are very avid music lovers. I always enjoyed listening to music around the house. I think it was pretty quick that I discovered that I liked singing. I was probably 4 or 5 when I first started just singing along to things on the radio. I remember asking for a karaoke machine for a birthday or something.
We always played a lot of music videos, and one of the music videos that she really liked was Bye Bye Birdie. And she watched that a few times, and then after about the 3rd or 4th time watching that, she got up and she said, "Mom, I'm going to sing a song for you." And she ended up singing Anne Margaret's part, Bye Bye Birdie. And she just blew me away. This little tyke about this high, and she just went through the whole song. So that was pretty impressive, and I thought, I think she likes music. Secretly, we found out she was writing songs ever since she was probably 6 or 7 years old. She kept journals and was writing all these songs, and then I guess it was just her confidence until she found her own confidence in herself. Was probably beginning of high school. She started performing and writing and performing these songs that we just were quite surprised came out of her.
I was diagnosed with anxiety disorder when I was 16. I was having panic attacks at school, and overall I was just kind of going through a hard time in my life. It interferes. It just makes it that much more of a challenge for me to actually do it, to actually get up on stage and perform.
Samara's had her problems with anxiety. Like I said before, she didn't really have the confidence to start performing until grade 9. I think she tried out for a talent show in grade 9, and I got her to the door and she wouldn't go in. And then in grade 10, she actually went and performed.
The reason that I do music, I think, is partially due to it. It soothes me, it calms me down, it makes me feel better. It's a healing property to, let all of your emotions out and just kind of, in a creative way, talk about how you've been feeling and just let everything go.
I feel the biggest experience I've had with her anxiety was the moments before the show, when she was getting a little bit nervous before getting on stage. But she seemed to overcome it really well, and when she actually got on stage, she performed amazingly, so it was great.
A lot of stress and strain and anxiety in performing, but there's a maturity inside of Samara that she is able to reach into, tap into, and just focus. And I think the second I see when she performs, the second she starts, she just becomes comfortable. It overwhelms her, and then it just comes out of her.
Her anxiety hasn't affected her too much. She's gone pretty good when I'm with her. She does have a mild, perfectionist attitude to her, everything like that, and form of OCD that everyone says, but it's not so much like that. It's just that she likes everything spot on, perfect, and she starts to freak out only when she's not in control of everything.
When a song is finished enough and she's confident with the song, then she'll bring a burn disc of it, and we'd play it, and I'd usually come down just to listen to it. And every time I hear one of her songs, I'm very, 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 very proud.
It was a Wednesday night karaoke up the street in Newmarket, where she was 8, 9 years old. She'd get up and sing, and it seemed to me that she was getting the biggest hand of any of the participants. So that was something that we did for a couple of years, and she did an awesome job. And I really didn't know what she was doing musically until in high school. They had a talent show, and Samara told me that she was performing one of her original songs. I didn't know she was writing original songs at the time. Apparently she was doing that in her room with an old keyboard that we had acquired.
I haven't ever had anything that I wanted to do as a career other than sing and write and just music. I just didn't want to do anything else, so I ended up kind of talking to a guidance counselor and some teachers at school, and everyone told me, and friends and family, everyone told me, you know, you need to have a backup plan. You can't just expect to go out into life and suddenly get crazy famous in one of the hardest industries that there is to get into, and you can't just, you know, make a living off of that. Like, you can't do that. And, you know, it's definitely hard to hear that, but that kind of pushed me in the direction to apply to university, and I did. My parents were really the only ones who said, you know, it's okay not to go to school. It's okay because, you know, we believe in your talent, and we think that you should do what you love to do, and you shouldn't feel the pressure to do the same thing that everyone else is doing, because the same path just isn't for everyone. I guess now I'm just kind of full force running with it. I've made my decision. I'm gonna do everything I can to push music and to make it my career, and to make it what I get to do for a living, and to make every working day a super fun, happy, great experience. I'm getting, you know, better at the stage fright, nervousness kind of thing. It's still a struggle for me, but the more experience that I get, the more, it gets a little bit easier. It doesn't get that much easier, but it gets a little bit easier with every time, and it's been fun, and it's going to be a lot of hard work, and I know it will, and it's going to be a lot more performances and a lot more music videos and a lot more advertising and pushing, but I'm willing to do it, and I'm willing to make it happen, and I want to make it happen.